what's up, guys? Yo, Cat, what's good? What up, guys?
Cat, Moose, what up? How are y'all? How's y'all's hump day? I think it's Wednesday, right? Let's see. What y'all got requests? Did y'all put anything in the Discord? Oh, fuck, man, it's so cold today, dude. Let's see. Let me go to my other, and then let me pull up Discord. I can also just search this shit. You know what? I do have stuff in my watch later that I never got to on the last stream because we just had so many requests. So, let me just check first. I should have just done this shit before. Okay. Oh my god, you gotta do DEI training? The most annoying part of having a job in a liberal state. DEI training. Oh, that looks terrible. That looks so annoying. Underlying attitudes and stereotypes that people unconsciously attribute to another. Gender bias, ageism, racism, beauty bias. Don't you help people over the phone? How do you know how much they weigh? Name bias, anchor bias. I don't know what anchor bias means. Confirmation bias, status quo, authority bias, affinity, the halo effect, the horns effect. Y'all are just making shit up at this point. Bro, after reading this, I think I might just have a brand new appreciation for all of the stupid ass classes that I had to take in the military. For example, SHARP, suicide awareness, which, you know what, I'm still on the edge of that, so. Always have been. This looks awful. I'd rather sit in a fucking safety brief for 4 straight hours than to have to learn this nonsense. That looks awful. The fuck is that? Wartime story? Yeah, I'm down. Are you talking about like the videos that we watched a couple of months ago where it was like service members' accounts while they were deployed? It was their account of like they saw some shit that was not human. They experienced shit that was not of this world. I'd be down to watch that. I forgot what the channel was called. It was like, what was that channel called? It was all about soldiers' stories about just weird, odd shit that they saw or heard or experienced while they were deployed. What was that channel? Do you remember, Moose? Oh, you only talk to insurance companies and not patients? If you're not talking to patients, why do you even have to know this shit? Maybe you go through the patient's paperwork or something? I don't fucking know. I don't know. If you had well-established rules for this shit and didn't move the goalposts, then you wouldn't have any of this stuff, but... Wild Men of World War I and its Ear Time Stories. That's what it's called, Ear Time Stories. Let me look through the request, make sure there's no request in here that I need to get to. We can watch it. We can watch it now. Let me try to find it. Damn phone. Fucking autocorrect. What kind of phone do you have? Because you know that you can go into your settings, and if you always find your phone autocorrecting something to some stupid shit, you can go in your settings and you can change it to where it doesn't do that. Or you can just put in the word that you want it to change to, or you want it to stay, and it won't change it. Like, so for example, for the longest time, anytime I tried to type in the word shit, it would put shot. Like, who says I don't give a shot? I hate that autocorrect, right? So I just went into my settings and I made it to where anytime I write shit, it just goes full shit and not shot. It doesn't autocorrect to shot. I don't know what kind of phone you have, but Android, can you not do that on the Androids? I know I can do that on my iPhone. And not even the newest one. I could do that on my old iPhone, like my iPhone X from like 10 years ago. So, because autocorrect sometimes pisses me off with specific words. Oh yeah? Yeah. I want to find one that's like within a decent time. These are all long, so I'll just pick one. Fine. Lucky for you. I actually like this stuff, and I want to watch it. Otherwise, it would be too long. Hold on. Just, you know what? I'm just gonna go popular. Animals aren't supposed to talk. Unexplained. Shocking stories from soldiers and drone operators. The giants of Afghanistan. I've actually seen a story, I think it was by Mr. Ballin, about a special operations group that they approached like this big, massive, open cave-like thing in Afghanistan. And out of the cave, a spear was thrown. And it went right through the soldier's body armor, through his Kevlar, through his plate, through his chest, and out the back. You know how fast, with how much force you gotta throw something to penetrate a soldier like that with a damn near almost blunt object? Hard, bro. And I was like, oh my god, that's definitely not Taliban. That can't be a human being, right? And I forget how the story went after that, but it was wild. Marines and soldiers stalked by creatures in the woods. These men had no trouble staying awake on watch. They were terrified. I know that feeling. You couldn't go to sleep if you wanted to. Only way you're going to sleep is if you die. Something they call El Diablo. Soldiers saw something in Honduras. I'm gonna pick one, I promise. I'm just looking through. Japanese soldiers reported man-eating creatures in the jungle. We didn't train for this, guys. Army police chased by massive creature in the 1980s. The night shift, Iraq. I'll probably do something from the top. I just want to see what's here. Haunted, Hawaii gets creepy, birds don't. Oh! Soldiers using experimental optics saw things they weren't supposed to. I'd never put those things back on. Yikes. Because I've worn night vision, man. I'm gonna put that in my watch later, but I'm just gonna pick something from the top. I'm sorry that I'm taking so long. We'll watch this one. These men had no trouble staying awake on watch. They were terrified. The night shift. Afghanistan. Paranormal encounters. Bro, I'm telling you, I've been here. I've been in a tower all by myself. I don't want to say I was shaking, but dude, I was scared. Okay. All right. Let me this. Okay. Ugh. Let's see. And all right. Let's see. Dude, and I wasn't the only one that experienced weird shit at those towers. And it was only ever one tower that I experienced weird shit, and that was Tower 4. It was the furthest away from anyone. Man, like, if I wanted anything, I had to call on the radio. And it would take them about, depending on their level of urgency, which it was really never urgent when I needed anything from them, but it would take them about, like, 10 minutes to just get to me. So I can only imagine that in a really shit situation, it would take them probably less than that, but it would not be instant like it would be for the other towers. The other towers, they can pretty much see it from eyesight and actually help from where they're standing, not with the tower that I was at. And we would rotate towers, so I went to every single tower. I hated Tower 4. I feel like everyone hated Tower 4. It was the worst tower to be at. It was the worst place of the fob to be at. It was the worst location to be at because there was everything was out in the open on our fob, but it was just Tower 4 that was more amplified. Because I mean, dude, it was just a big open area and then just you and then a fence and then nothingness, right? And then something about just being by yourself is just because up to that point, I was always, with teammates. I was always with battle buddies, and in basic training, that mantra is over and over again. Battle buddy system. Never go anywhere by yourself. And this was one of the first times that I found myself somewhere completely alone, man, like alone, to where help was not readily available, and it was weird, scary sometimes.
Welcome to the smoke pit.
Bro, and this is low key kind of what it looked like. I'm not even kidding. This is low key kind of what it looked like. There was a porta john right next to the tower. There was a porta john right next to every tower. We didn't have these connexes right here. This seems like a smaller base, but this is what it was. My tower was there at the corner of a fence, and then everything else behind me was nothing. It was just open nothingness land, and then if I squinted my eyes, I could see the buildings that I could see my tents. Like, and my tents were like this big if I squinted my eyes. And I was just like, dude, this sucks. This really sucks. Like, oh my God. This is like one thing that I never told my mom about anytime I would call home is like just how far out there I was by my fucking lonely. It was just.
In the military, a smoke pit is obviously where troops go to feed their nicotine addictions.
And
But
to talk
also,
shit.
it's a place to swap stories.
Yeah.
Funny, tragic, and most certainly bizarre. The kinds of stories that aren't usually welcome in a professional work environment,
Yeah.
where soldiers are meant to remain serious and focused on their work.
Bullshit.
The telling of such unbelievable stories is thus relegated to the smoke pit. Here on Wartime Stories, we do not
We did a lot of roasting sessions in the smoke pit, most notably on Specialist Washburn, because Specialist Washburn at the time, really good friend of mine, he was like 34, while all of us were 18, 19, 20. And dog, we would roast this dude relentlessly about his age. Nickname Father Time.
discriminate. While the main focus of the channel is military-related stories, the smoke pit is open to anyone, active duty, veterans, and civilians from all walks of life. But in this episode, we will be hearing from 3 former service members. Chris, a veteran of the Canadian Army, a U.S. soldier who we will refer to by his YouTube handle, Sector SOS, and Uriah, a U.S. Marine.
I've met someone named Uriah. I doubt I know that guy. That's such a very unique name. I've only ever heard it once. That's definitely Afghanistan.
My name is Chris. I'm ex-Canadian Army. This happened in Afghanistan, Operation Athena, the Canadian contingent to ISAF. It was during winter, late 2000s, Kandahar province.
I've been to Kandahar.
Our company group, comprised of mechanized infantry mounted in LAV 3s and some Leopard tanks, engineers, combat service support, we deployed for a 4 or 5 day operation to sweep some villages along the Arghandab River. On the first night, we halted in the middle of the riverbed, which was dry at this time of the year. It's about a half a kilometer wide, so if you park in the middle of it, you'd get a clear view for a couple hundred meters on either side, making it impossible for any bad guys to sneak up on you in the night. For these kinds of overnight halts, we'd stop in a big circle with the fighting vehicles, tanks, and LAV 3s.
We did this very same thing, and you got to find a way to sleep, guys, for the most part. That is your responsibility. We used to do this on high ground, like on a flat top or like a mesa or something like that. Everything's mountains, right? So we would find like a flat level, kind of like very high ground that we could get to and also get off of. And that's where we would post up, and it makes it very hard for the enemy if they can't see on top of you. That's why we go high. It just makes it hard for them, and you're always going to have someone on guard, someone patrolling, so it makes it very difficult. But what I'd like to do is, I never slept in the truck in these situations. For some odd reason, I was weird about it. I slept under the vehicle. I don't know why.
around the perimeter, facing out, while the support vehicles parked in the middle. The vehicles on the perimeter would take turns being up, providing security for their part of the ring. Picture 20.
And no, I was never in danger of getting run over, man. I wasn't the only person that did that. Like, you're probably thinking, oh, what if they woke up early? They started the truck, you got run up. Nah.
Vehicles in a circle, with the ones at 12, 3, 6, and 9 o'clock being up, meaning their crews are awake, slewing their turrets, scanning their thermal imagers, and covering their sectors. Then, after an hour, the next vehicle to the right of each of those takes over and relieves the previous vehicle, and so forth throughout the night. You do this, of course, so that everyone can get some sleep, but also provide constant security against enemy attacks.
360.
After we formed our perimeter, got the dismounts out, and started settling in for the night, the shift schedule came over the radio, informing us that we had the second shift scheduled to start in an hour, and another 1 or 2 shifts later in the night. The back of one of these LAVs is basically a big open compartment with benches on either side that the infantry dismount sits on. But the infantry guys are now sleeping in a shallow ditch behind the LAV, so the gunner and the crew commander, which is me, got to sleep inside on those benches. Better than sleeping in the dirt, I suppose. The driver...
It really doesn't matter where it is. It's uncomfortable regardless. That guy has a PSP. I remember the days.
Sleeps in his station up front. Since we had to be up in an hour for security watch anyway, the gunner, driver, and I decided to just lay awake in our sleeping bags, reading, watching movies, and playing PSP respectively until it was time for our shift.
Hell yeah.
About a half an hour before our shift started, we heard...
For me, I used to be playing like Angry Birds and shit on my tablet.
And felt
but I did have
the distinct
PSP.
Sounds and movements of someone climbing up onto the LAV. It's a heavy vehicle, but you still know when someone's climbing onto it.
Yeah, it moves.
And in that scenario, it probably means someone's coming to wake you up and make you do something. So the gunner and I, laying across from each other, we look at each other, we sit up, give a collective sigh,
it's time.
Bracing for one of the hatches above our heads to pop open and to start
Someone's gonna fucking put me on detail.
Being told what to do by some sergeant.
Yeah.
But nothing happened. It just went quiet.
Meet Miss Pink.
There was one time that I probably gave someone PTSD when I was deployed. And let me just tell you the quick story. I was in the motor pool very late at night. I was there prepping my vehicle for the mission the next day. That I just could not get everything done during the day. So me and my sergeant, me and my TC, and I think my driver, we went back late at night, and we were just prepping our vehicle, getting everything ready, tying everything down, making sure we had everything. And Sergeant McFall and Toth, they go somewhere. I'm still sitting in the vehicle, right? And they're gone for a minute. And I'm just sitting in the vehicle, in the driver's seat, just chilling, right? And obviously, it's a big motor pool. It's used by multiple companies. And I see this one guy that's like walking back and forth. I don't know what he's doing, but he's walking back and forth. And I don't recognize him, but I see him walk back and forth a few times. And I'm like, you know what? They're not back yet. I'm about to fuck with this guy. Don't know who he is, but whatever. So I duck down real low. And anytime he walks by, I look up and I honk the horn. And then I just duck again. And then I look and I see him and he's like looking back like, what the hell's going on? And then he just keeps walking, right? He comes back. I look, honk the horn again. I proceed to do this about like 7 to 8 times before he never came back. And I think I scared him. I think I freaked him out. I think that maybe he thought that someone was in the trucks or something was in the trucks. And the trucks that he was looking at, 99% of the time, they're locked. They have chains and everything, and you can visibly see these chains. So the fact that he saw these chains, but the truck was making noise, I think he got freaked out. He never came back. Or maybe he just accomplished what he was doing, but I thought it was funny. Hold on.
We would have heard and felt if they had climbed or jumped off the LAV. I stood up and opened the hatch above the bench so I could pop my head out and see what was going on. There was nobody on top of the LAV that I could see, but the LAV has a big turret, and I figured maybe whoever it was went to the driver's hatch up front and was talking to him. So I climbed right out of my hatch, got up on top of the LAV, then climbed on top of the turret to look towards the driver's hatch. And there was still nobody in sight, and nowhere for anyone to hide. Now I'm really perplexed. From on top of the turret, I can see all the ground between me and the flanking vehicles. I can see where the troops are sleeping. I can see the
And depending on the type of night that you have in this country, dude, on a full moon, it's basically almost day, really. And especially if you're in an empty stretch of land like this, it's just nothing but mountains and flatness, and you're on top of like semi-high ground. Oh, dude, the moon will light up that country, and sometimes it even looks kind of beautiful, to be honest. Um, and man, sometimes at night you don't even need night vision. You can see fairly decent in your immediate vicinity, with eyes wide open and everything. So, yeah, that even makes it creepier.
support vehicles in the center of the ring, and I have a clear view of the riverbed for hundreds of meters. There isn't a single soul moving around anywhere. And at this point, I go from perplexed to concerned. We are in hostile territory after all, and having unknown persons crawling on your LAV in the dead of night is a bad thing.
Yeah.
I get back in and explain the situation to the other two guys and instruct them to lock all the hatches from the inside since we apparently can't account.
See, this is a strange situation because for me, dude, the fuck games ran rampant. So for me in this situation, up to this point right now, I would have just assumed that it was one of my battle buddies that was fucking around, right? I would probably have to let this situation progress slightly more. I had some sneaky ass friends, man. They trapped me in a mosquito net one time. So let's see.
For who or what is crawling on our LAV. From there, we just waited for our shift to start, performed it
Because
as
at this point, you haven't checked under the vehicle. It's one place you haven't checked yet.
usual, and went back to bed. We heard no other mysterious people or things crawling on top of the LAV. But the next day, our driver told us something crazy. That next morning, our company group moved to the first village we were sweeping, so we dismounted our infantry and then provided overwatch with our turret. As soon as things quieted down on the radio, the driver got on the intercom and told us something else happened later that night. He said that at some point between shifts, he decided he couldn't sleep and started watching movies on his laptop. As he was zoning out, all of a sudden, he felt a hand on the back of his head that brushed forward over the top, running fingers through his hair. He whipped his head around, expecting to see one of us had crawled past the turret to mess with him, but nobody was there. The gunner and I did not believe him at first. We thought maybe he was trying to scare us by adding to the weird experience we had.
And that's why you don't talk that much with your friends about these kinds of things, man. Maybe with your closest battle buddy, but overall, you just don't say shit because, like, who's gonna believe you? And they're gonna think you're trolling. They're gonna think that you're telling stories, or worse, they're gonna think you're fucking crazy. They're gonna take away your bootlaces and your weapon, and that's an even worse look, right? So
Earlier that night. But after a while, it became clear he was being dead serious. He was genuinely creeped out. In the days that followed, we became convinced that something supernatural was going on with that LAV. We debated trying to investigate whether any of the previous occupants of that LAV had been killed. These vehicles stay in Afghanistan for the entire occupation, and
They
they're
do.
handed from
person to person, and you sign for these fucking vehicles, so.
outgoing troops to incoming troops when the tour rotations happen. We decided, however, that we probably just didn't want to know, and we're better off just ignoring it.
Oh, that's...
Nothing else happened for the rest of the tour, either in that LAV or anywhere else in our
Good.
company, at least that I know of.
Yeah, no. That's just... I'd have to ask some of my friends now what type of shit, because I'm telling you, man, we didn't talk about this all that much, so.
The following story is one shared by an American soldier who goes by the handle Sector SOS.
I heard more weird shit than I saw. I'm telling you, dude, it was so creepy, man. It was just so creepy. The creepiest thing was like, dude, it felt like the mountains were moving. It felt like they were making noise. It felt like what's that one movie? I think it's Have you ever seen Moana? It's either Moana 1 or Moana 2. Remember where like the mountain, the big rock creature, it's really mad and angry and spitting fire, and like they return the heart of the monster, and the monster turns into this thing. It turns into this green like plant-based god deity thing, and then it goes to sleep, and when it goes to sleep it turns into a mountain. You know what I'm talking about? You know that one scene? If you've never seen Moana, you probably don't know. But that's the type of shit that I was hearing. Man, it felt like that mountain was a thing. It didn't feel like it was an inanimate, just rocks and shit. It felt like it was a thing. And I would hear groans and creaks, and like almost like the mountain was moving, almost like the earth beneath it was shifting. But not really, because I wasn't feeling any earthquakes. I wasn't feeling the ground move. It was just like, have you ever seen trees sway in the wind? That's what it felt like. That's what it looked like the mountain was doing. And I'm just like, I'm not going fucking crazy, right? And it's not hot enough for me to be hallucinating. I'm not seeing mirages. That's like... And I never radioed this shit in because, again, who's gonna believe me? They're gonna be like, stop fucking around, Falcon. Get back to fucking watch. Alright.
I served in Afghanistan, Kunar province.
Hubba, what's good? How are you? Hope you're doing good. Served in Afghanistan. I was there. Kunar province in 2010. I was literally there. That's where I was. That's crazy. That's wild. Let's see what you saw, because I saw some weird shit. I heard some weird shit. I saw something in the sky one time that didn't look like it belonged to any Air Force on this planet. And it was shaped like a triangle. And it was like glowing, this bright orange red type of color. And then it levitated very, very slowly. Really, really high to where it got kind of small, and then it took off. Faster than anything I've ever seen take off. Even a fucking rocket ship. And I was like, oh, I've told y'all this story. I actually radioed this shit in. I was like, B-Doc, can you aim the raid tower at this section of the fucking sky and tell me what you saw? Can you even rewind a little bit and tell me what you saw? And they did that. They fucking aimed the camera at the sky, didn't see shit. They rewound the footage to look back to where I said, didn't see anything either. And I was like, all right, so it's just me. They were like, why do you want to know? I was like, don't worry about it. If the raid tower didn't see it, you're not going to believe me. So don't worry about it.
Back in 2010, 2011, this one particular incident happened during one of my platoon's observation post, or OP, guard duty rotations. One night, me and two other soldiers were doing our routine surveillance of a nearby road, just down the hill from our outpost. At one point that night, we saw a young kid, a shepherd, walking 4 goats up the road. All 3 of us saw him. Until I took off my goggles and realized that this kid had disappeared. Whoever was walking the goats was only visible through our NVGs. The night was pretty clear, and although it was dark, you could still easily see the silhouettes of the goats. But there was nobody else. We could clearly see him with the goats through our goggles, but as soon as we would take the goggles off, he would vanish. Goats were there, but that's it. No person. But with the goggles, he was clearly visible. Until this day.
It's because you're looking through different spectrums on those fucking goggles. I saw a face one time of a child staring back at me through my NVGs. Took my NVGs off because it kind of freaked me the fuck out because I was scanning. Boom! A fucking face right there of a goddamn child. And took the NVGs off for a second, put them back on, and this motherfucker's still staring at me. Still fucking staring at me. Take the NVGs back off, look in that direction, obviously can't see shit because it's dark as fuck, and then the child is gone. Hours go by, I keep scanning, see him in a different place, staring at me. And mind you, it's like 1, 2, 3. This went on for hours. Early in the morning, 2, 3, dead in the fucking morning, 4 o'clock. This fucker staring at me, just not moving, not flinching, like nothing. And all I can see is just his face. I can't see his body because there's like a windowsill right here, and he's just staring at me for hours, man. And I'm just like, and then as soon as the sun was about to come up, gone. And then I never saw him again after that point. Never saw him ever again. And I went back to that ECP to do tower guard several times throughout that deployment. Never saw that kid. In the daytime, never saw that kid. Never saw him come on the installation. Never saw him when I left the installation. Never again did I see that kid's face. Except for that one night. And he's just creepy motherfucker. Just...
Hey, none of us who witnessed it could explain what it was, or what we saw that night. But all three of us saw the same thing. We did actually report the incident. It was sort of brushed off by our media commanders and platoon leadership. But the story spread like wildfire and went up the chain of command, all the way to our CSM. And a week later, all three of us were coincidentally chosen for a random urinalysis, a drug test. Coincidence?
No.
Thankfully, we had zero tolerance for drug use and none of us tested positive for anything.
Right.
But yeah, it was definitely the weirdest thing I've ever encountered. You could...
And that's why you don't talk about it, guys. That's it. It's so unfortunate, but...
possibly write it off that I was seeing things from being tired, but I wasn't the only one that saw it. All three of us did. We were watching it for over 20 or so minutes until it disappeared from our point of view. There, in Peck Valley, it was also...
And it sucked for me because there was occasions where I saw shit where I was by myself. I have no one to vouch for me. These dudes, they have teammates. They have like 1 or 2, maybe even 3 guys, sometimes even an entire squad to be like, yeah, dude, we all saw this shit. We all experienced this.
So rumored that during the patrols, because of the mountains and steep cliffs, some soldiers reported that the wind against the rocks sounds as if someone is whispering.
Dude.
I personally never heard that, but I can definitely vouch for what me and those other 2 soldiers saw that night during our guard duty. There is no doubt in my mind it was something out of the supernatural. I still get goosebumps just talking about it.
I still get goosebumps of staring off into those mountains, and I feel like the mountains are looking back and making judgments.
Albion Online.
It's just like, it's just the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing, man. And it makes you feel like, uneasy is like an understatement, really. It's worse than uneasy. It's like, oh shit, hold on, no, I fucked up. Damn it.
This final story was shared by Uriah Steffenhagen, a U.S. Marine. Just to give you some background, I was deployed to Afghanistan with the U.S. Marine Corps back in 2011 when I was 20 years old. This event took place on...
This is a fob, guys. Helmand Province, I've been there too. Camp Dwyer? I think I remember Dwyer.
Camp Dwyer, which is located in Helmand Province. At this particular time, I believe it was...
I went to several provinces, guys. The main ones was Kunar Province, Helmand Province, and the Wardak Province. Wardak was a wild place.
About October...
That was a wild area.
...or November, I was on a team that would do base defense on guard posts along the base perimeter, with each post having heavy machine guns mounted. I worked the night shift. All the guard posts had a radio channel that we used for non-official radio traffic. Things like communicating possible security threats that didn't need to go to the command operations center for reporting, general conversations to stay awake, and...
Oh, we did not have that, you lucky bastards. We did radio checks every hour on the hour. If we missed a radio check, we would get bitched at, and if we didn't respond, then they would come check on you. But if it wasn't a radio check, shut the fuck up on the radio. That was our whole mantra. That was the NCO's mantra. Keep the radio chatter to the absolute minimum. Shut the fuck up. If it's not related to what we're doing, Be quiet.
and so on. Anyway, I was on Post Delta, and one of the other Marines needed to be taken off of Post Hotel. The post names are the letters of the military phonetic alphabet.
Yes.
Something worth noting about Post Hotel is that it's located within the Afghan National Army compound that was attached to our base.
The ANA is Afghan National Army, guys. That's their military. And sometimes they're on your fob, really. We had an ANA compound on our fob, and wasn't that many ANA there, but sometimes more ANA would come onto the fob and train with them while they trained with us. We'd take them to the range so that they could half-ass shoot and still not hit the target from 20 goddamn feet away, but
was on the edge off the HESCO barrier, which is a fabric-type bucket with a wire frame that got filled with rock and dirt,
sand,
for protection against enemy fire and mortars. We lined them up and stacked them to create walls.
Every fob is laid out in this exact manner. I think every fob follows this exact template for the most part. The shape of it, that's up to whoever's building this shit, but for the most part.
This is important to note because 1 or 2 months before I arrived to Afghanistan in September of that year, at the base of Post Hotel, a rather tall tower, an ANA pickup truck had rolled and crashed into the HESCO barrier about 30 feet to the left of Post Hotel. Both ANA soldiers in the truck died in that crash.
Jesus.
Where the truck had crashed, it had hit the HESCO wall and left a rip and some damage to the wall that was never repaired. Anyway, so one of the Marines got taken off of Post Hotel, and I got put up there to take his place for a few days. I always heard stories about footsteps on the metal stairwell, walking up with no one there, and
Dude, our towers didn't even look like this, and they weren't even all that tall. Our towers, the roof came up to right here. You see my cursor? The roof came up to like right there. It was wild, and our towers were made completely out of wood. They were all wood.
Shadows moving across the doorway, but I didn't pay much attention to it as I was more concerned with Taliban attacks and carrying out my required duties. There were always 2 Marines on each post, but I cannot remember who my partner was that first night on Post Hotel. It was a normal night, and we were all chatting on our side radio channel about whatever we could think of. I was scanning into the darkness, looking for anything that would catch my eye. I happened to look to my left and see the damage to the HESCO barrier from the truck crash, but notice something different. I focus on it, and I see 2 shadows, side by side, of 2 people. The ANA had their own secured entry gate into their compound that had bright floodlights about 200 meters behind my guard tower. They also had living quarters around our tower. I first assumed that I was seeing a shadow cast from their gate.
I would just hate to be there. I would not want to be there, dude. Surrounded by ANA? My thought process is, what if Taliban just so happens to capture one of these motherfuckers, take his uniform, and blend in, and now he's 20 feet away from 2 soldiers he can easily kill, or 50 feet away from causing havoc all around this. I'm telling you, dude, I would hate to. I don't trust these people, man. I don't care that they're on my team.
Or others standing around, but realized it was so late at night and the shadows were extremely clear and the size of an average-sized man. If the shadows were from someone that far away, they should have been larger and not nearly as defined as these shadows were. And these shadows were also completely still. I called my partner over to look at these things, and he found it strange as well. Now, we're thinking there may be a security threat that we need to deal with inside the base. So I start scanning around with my M16 mounted flashlight. My partner shined his flashlight on the shadows directly, and they didn't disappear as a shadow should have. The shadows were still there, even with direct light shined on them, but still resembled shadows. Now our heightened sense of alert changed to absolute confusion. As we
That confusion is then gonna change to fucking fear.
sat there staring, the 2 shadows started drifting to the left into a larger shadow that was cast from nearby ANA military vehicles. They were not moving as if a person was walking,
Oh shit, there's the fucking shadows. I didn't even see them. Right here. Ugh.
but sort of gliding in a smooth and consistent manner. Still assuming we had a security threat, my partner went and cleared the area. He came back up the tower and said nothing is there, and things seem to appear normal.
The general.
Can't say anything. Like,
So we tried to brush it off as being tricks of the night and our eyes being tired. But a few minutes later, we saw the shadows again, and they slowly drifted back again in the same exact way as previously. We sat around talking about it for a few minutes before I mentioned it.
rarely was I ever that tired when I was deployed to where I saw shit like that. You know, I was way more tired during the day than I ever was at night on guard. On guard was pretty shit. I wasn't exhausted. I wasn't like, obviously it's hot, so you are sweating a little bit, but I wasn't exhausted. I wasn't dreary. I wasn't drowsy. I wasn't like, you know what I mean? It's just rarely was I so tired to the fact to where I would hallucinate something like this, or I would see something like this. Like, no, what I saw is what I fucking saw, man.
To the other Marines on the other guard posts on our side channel. I told them
Sometimes when you're so tired, things might look a little different at first when you lay eyes on them, but just give it a couple seconds, your eyes will adjust, and you'll see it for what it really is, right? Yeah, that was not the...
happened. I mentioned that it occurred about 15 minutes ago. One Marine, I can't remember who it was a devout Catholic. He asked me in a concerned voice,
You said this happened about 15 minutes ago?
I told him yes.
Look at your watch.
I looked down at my watch and it was exactly 3:15 a.m. Having always been a believer in ghosts and paranormal entities, my heart began pounding as I started to think that I could have just witnessed a ghost firsthand at 3 a.m. Exciting, yet terrifying at the same time.
Yeah.
My partner and I saw the same shadows reappear a few more times until 4 a.m. We talked about it and all sort of concluded that it was the ghosts of the 2 ANA soldiers that died there months back.
That would be my guess.
The next night, I told my partner in my previous post Delta, that he needed to see these shadows if they appeared again because he thought we were crazy. So he agreed to switch with my current partner to come into Post Hotel with me on the second night. His last name is Williams. I haven't asked him if I can use his full name for this, so I'll just refer to him by his last name. So that night, Williams and I do our changeover with the shift being relieved. The night goes quietly, with nothing occurring until 3 a.m. The same shadows appeared and drifted back to a larger shadow as they did the night prior. Williams thought it
I've always thought that there's just something demonic about 3 a.m. Man. Something about 3 a.m. when it comes to shit like this.
was strange, but didn't find it particularly intriguing. So he said he was going to take a nap, and I told him I would stay up and keep watch. He laid down, and a few minutes goes by, and just before he falls asleep, I'm standing behind one of our machine guns and staring out into the dark desert. And all of a sudden, we hear a loud sound, as if someone had hit one of the metal beams supporting the guard post with a pipe or a heavy stick. We go into full alert, and Williams grabs his rifle and heads down the tower to search for anyone nearby.
I fucking dare you. That's what
But he
I
comes
say.
back up to report that nobody was found. We figured it could be the tower settling or something came loose, trying to rationalize the situation. He laid back down, and just before he fell asleep, the same thing occurred.
All right.
Now we are both staring at each other, wondering what the hell is making the sound.
Whatever
We
it
told
is.
the other Marines on our radio side channel, who were mostly becoming alarmed at hearing this noise coming from our guard tower. About that time, I realized we needed new batteries, so I radioed up our corporal to come bring us new radio batteries. He arrived and began walking up the stairs. Williams peered over the steps and watched the corporal walk up. And when he got upstairs, Williams asked him if the sergeant was with him too. The corporal said that it was just him, and that the sergeant was back at the Command Operations Center. Williams, who happens to be a man with a rather dark complexion, he suddenly turned a much lighter skin color and stumbled back to sit down. We asked if he was okay, and he said that he had seen someone
Walking behind the corporal, I kind of figured.
walking up the stairs right behind the corporal. We were all terrified, and Williams certainly believed us at that point because he saw something that was so real but unexplainable. But it didn't end there. I refused to go back to Post Hotel the next night, and I was put back on Post Delta.
We couldn't refuse, man. Unfortunately, we just could not refuse. I hated Tower 4. We didn't have phonetic alphabetical names for our towers. It was just 1, 2. It was 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we also had 3 ECPs. No, two ECPs. We had ECP-1, which was the main ECP, and then ECP-2, which we would use in the case of us having to go on mission during the day, but ECP-1 is being clogged up at the moment by all of the locals that are trying to get on the installation to work, because, yeah, we employed locals at some of these fobs. They would go on there, open up their bazaar shops for the day and stuff like that. We would purchase stale-ass Marlboro Reds from them. Or even just trade stuff. I used to trade a lot of shit for cigarettes with some of these locals that ran these bazaars. Sometimes I'd give them like American shit for their Afghani shit. But I forget where the fuck I was going with that. I hated Tower 4, bro, but I didn't have a choice. Anytime, Falcon, you're on Tower 4 tonight. Fuck! Anyone want to switch with me? Nope, it's all you, buddy. Okay. Because, like, I feel like everyone knew the same thing I did about Tower 4, but we never talked about it out loud because we didn't want to lose our weapon. We didn't want to have to go through another drug test, because I'm telling you, dude, you say some weird shit like this, they're going to look at you funny. The same way that if you're law enforcement and you're just like, Captain, I know we have a warrant for this house, but I saw some fucking red-ass eyes staring at me through the window. Looked like a fucking werewolf, about like 18 feet tall. Not going in there. Okay, well, that's all right, officer. Give me your badge and your gun. You go pee in that cup over there, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Go on administrative leave. No one has time for that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you keep your mouth shut with all this shit.
I didn't observe anything else after that. A few weeks goes by, and nothing strange has occurred. A Marine named Kyle, who I'm still friends with, was on Post Bravo. After the quiet few weeks, he reported to us that he was sitting on the back steps of his post taking a break. He said that he had lit a cigarette and was just looking around, and he noticed some dust get kicked up on the dirt berm underneath some barbed wire fencing. At first, Kyle said that he thought it was from a desert jackal because we had those dogs howling in the night and scrounging for food near the base. Normally, it wasn't anything strange. But then he said that the dust cloud rolled down the berm and got larger, and finally, it took up the shape of a person walking.
Oh, hell no. Oh,
he continued
no,
to explain that he could see definite legs walking and arms swinging, and the dust cloud shaped into a person-like figure.
No.
He said that it just dissipated after it had walked across the dirt road.
Some people might try to say that, oh, and by the way, ideological gambler, what's good, dog? How are you? Some people might be like, oh, maybe that was just like a very, very small, concentrated dust tornado. I saw those a lot in Afghanistan. Not as crazy as some of the dust storms and dust tornadoes that I've seen in footage from Iraq. They have some crazy ass storms over there. Crazy ass wind, sand shit going on. And I saw those in Afghanistan, but they weren't too crazy. But out of all the ones I saw, I never saw one that looked like it was a fucking person with legs and arms. Well, fuck me. Yo, Christian, what's good? Katai, sounds good. You probably liked Under the Truck because you can hear the enemy coming and you were not cornered in a vehicle. Uh, maybe. I guess. I don't know. I just yeah. And on top, dude, it's just on top of that, I'll tell you another reason. I slept outside the truck a lot more times than I slept inside the truck. So there was one occasion where I took the litter that we use for medical, right? If we have someone down, we put them on the litter. I took that litter, I extended it, and then I went. There was a truck parked here. I actually have a photograph of this. There was a truck parked here and a truck parked here. I took the litter and I extended it across both tires, and the tires sit up hella high, right? And then I just slept there. Because sometimes sleeping in the truck, sometimes I would have just rather slept on the ground than actually sleeping in that. And if you're good luck trying to sleep inside of a Mat V, you're going to be sleeping in the sitting position. Because laying down, and I mean, you could lay down in the back, maybe, but all your shit's back there. So unless you're willing to offload all that shit and then wake up extra early in the morning to load it back up again, resecure it, and retie it down, fucking doing that, man. You just want to go to bed, right? So it just really depended on where we were, what we were doing. Sometimes I would sleep in the truck, but the truck was moving, right? And then my gunner had relieved me because I had an assistant gunner. We had to have assistant gunners, bro, because you get tired up there. And so whenever he would relieve me in the turret, yeah, sometimes I would get down there, I would lay on the fucking floor. I wouldn't even lay on the seats because in an MRAP it's like 3 seats across on this side and 3 seats across on the other side. And I know one time I laid across the 3 seats and my driver hit a pothole the size of fucking Texas and it launched me into the air and I slapped the ground. It was painful. Never did that again. So if I ever decided to sleep in the vehicle, it was going to be straight flat on the floor of the vehicle. But a lot of times, man, I just slept outside of it. It's like, fuck it. Anyways, sorry. We can keep going. Terminator, what's good?
Occurrences.
Hold on.
Aside from that, we had some other strange occurrences. Banging noises on our portable toilets, mounted machine guns pivoting on their stands without anybody touching them, so on. All without explanation.
I never experienced
I remember
that.
a conversation with another Marine about these strange happenings. We talked about how Afghanistan has been plagued with warfare and violence for thousands of years,
Yes.
from Alexander the Great to the Soviet Union,
It's essentially one massive graveyard.
to now the Taliban in the United States. So much bloodshed and killing had happened there.
Yeah.
We figured it must not be a far-fetched idea that souls are aimlessly wandering in that vast desert with nowhere to go or to rest. And I was talking to some Afghan interpreters that the Marine Corps contracted for missions. They said that they had seen and heard things that are not there. They spoke of battlefields from when the Soviet Union invaded the country, and some nights you can still hear the screaming and fighting, despite the battles having been fought more than 40 years ago. Another interpreter told us about a friend of his father's that had died while fighting the Russians. And one night, he was apparently seen after his death, walking down the road in Kabul and into his home, and even kissing his daughter on the forehead before disappearing.
We're not
He
the
said
only
it
ones,
was a
man.
very real experience, and this man was a senior interpreter that I trusted. And I wish I could say I left all this behind in Afghanistan. But fast forward to when I returned to the US, I'm at my home on base where I was stationed. I lived with my wife and 2 dogs. After I returned to the US, something strange happened quite often. I would wake up in the morning and find a set of my wife's shoes crossed over, making the shape of a T or cross
Ooh.
directly under the doorframe to our bedroom.
Ooh, no. Ooh, no. It's one thing to be fucked with while you're there, but it following you like this? Nah. Man, I don't think it followed me. Really. I don't know that I'd like to attribute it to just like my PTSD, but there was a lot of times, man, where out of nowhere, out of just absolute nowhere, I would get an overwhelming, very intense sense of fear. Bro, overwhelming fear out of nowhere. I would just be normal, watching TV, watching Netflix. The girlfriend at the time, she's sleeping in the bedroom. I'm just chilling, man. Just good night. And then just out of nowhere, I'm hyperventilating. My heart's beating 1,000 miles an hour. I'm running to get chairs to put them on the door, double, triple locking the door, checking everything, just like, and then it would just stop. Like it never happened. I always attributed it to my PTSD and shit like that, but it was always the strangest thing. I always felt like that was weird. I was like, that is so intense, man, and it's seemingly out of nowhere. I can understand if I went somewhere just like randomly, like I just heard like gunfire that I wasn't ready for, and it kind of just like triggered me a little bit. But no, dude, I would just be like on the couch, just laid back, fucking feet up, just out of nowhere, I'm sprinting around the house like a crazy person because I'm scared of something. I can't even tell you what I was afraid of. It was just fear, just unfiltered, unadulterated, oozing out of my fucking pores, fear. I was just like, the strangest thing. But had I seen that, I think I would have gone fucking crazy.
First, I thought it was from my dogs, until it happened countless times for a few weeks. I was certain something must have followed me home from Afghanistan. I never felt completely alone either. It felt like something was with me, behind me, in the dark with me. It honestly scared the hell out of me. I had to turn on the lights as I entered rooms and refused to walk in the dark. For years after leaving Afghanistan, I was terrified to be awake between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m.
It's weird. I refuse to turn the light off in the bathroom until I'm completely out of the bathroom. I'm actually like that, bro. For real. Sometimes I just don't feel comfortable in the dark. It's strange. There's just like a lot of times it's weird.
Because I didn't
Hold on.
refuse to walk in the dark. For years after leaving Afghanistan, I was terrified to be awake between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m.
See, for me, that's when the fear would start because I'm a night owl, man. And so I would be up late at night. And it was always between these times that, dude, the fear would just like, it would just grip me, dude. And I'm like, I'm telling you, I look crazy. I look like I needed to be committed. I was just running. I remember one time, it's 2:30 in the morning. I'm just like, dude, I had like 4 chairs up against the front door. My girlfriend walks out. She's like, what are you doing? And I was like, just securing everything. I didn't know what to tell her because I didn't know. I was just afraid, man.
Because I didn't know what could happen or if I would see something else. I have many other stories and have always been a firm believer in the possibilities of the unknown. I don't know what's out there, but I believe there is something that we cannot wrap our human brains around yet. But I do believe that we are not alone, and I have personally experienced it. In the last few years, I've been okay though. I have since left active duty and am now a police officer. But I will say about my time in the military, and even as a police officer now, no situation has ever scared me more than those strange, unexplained occurrences that happened when I was in Afghanistan.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
On the night shift.
I've never, so like, I'm better about it now, man. Like what I just described to you. It only happens so often these days. It doesn't happen dude, years ago, it was like every night, man. Every night. And especially like right after I left the service, it was just every night that was my reality. And it has since stopped. Sometimes it'll still happen, right? Sometimes I'll still just like out of nowhere, but it's not as, oh dude, it's not as vicious as it once was, but it's just since that, yeah, nothing else has made me as afraid as those moments, because there was just times where I experienced that shit and in the back of my head, I kind of knew I wasn't gonna. I knew I wasn't gonna die. I knew that I wasn't in any kind of like mortal immediate danger. But it's just like one of those feelings that you can't shake. That it's just like visceral. It's like so deep, and you can't forget it. You can't just like compartmentalize it either. And even if you try to put it in the back of your mind, it will always come back, always. And it's just it's a fear that you can't shake. Like once the bullets start flying and the adrenaline kicks in, there's no more fear. It's great. That's the best part about it. But with this shit, it's you just gotta sit there and take it. And there's nothing you can do about it except for just be afraid. That's not fun. That's not. Ugh. Fuck all that. I think we're done, right? Yeah. All right. I like this one. Plot twist. Battle
To
Buddy
Chris,
is now a
which is a
skinwalker.
pseudonym since he asked to remain anonymous, to Sector SOS, and to Uriah, thank you for allowing me to share your stories here. Being a Marine
I mean, there might be something. There might be a story out there of a soldier becoming a skinwalker or some shit like that. I don't know. But all right. Let me, if at any point y'all posted something in the Discord as far as like, no, this is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to, dude, that's awesome. I haven't finished Fallout yet, so unfortunate. All right, we did. Oh shit. AWOL, U.S. Marine fled the country. North Korean tank commander shocked by by javelin. Some of these I want to watch. But let me check the Discord first before I pick something out of here. Terminated, weren't you here? I would have thought you would have requested something by now. No. Oh shit. Good time, welcome back. Alright, which one do y'all want to watch first? Oh, Katai, if you have a try not to laugh for us at any point, let us know. I'm down to do that. We just couldn't do the last one because they're all gone off of Adik's channel. Or just give me a channel that has some good try not to laughs and I'll just go to the channel and I'll find one. I had one in my head, but I forgot it. That's why I asked. Yeah, Christian. I'll do your request. Yeah. That's I remember that Gambler, that reminds me of one time. I was 18 years old. It was before I hadn't joined the military yet. I was matter of fact, I think I was in my first and only semester of college. at the time, still living at home with my parents. And I remember one night I went into town, stayed in town for a little while. I lived out in the boonies. Stayed in town for a little while, and to get from the city back to my house is like 45 minutes, and you got to drive through all these back roads and wooded areas, and it's very, very dark. There ain't no fucking street lights or nothing, just you and your headlights, darkness and woods, right? And at one point before I get to the turn that I need to make to get to my neighborhood, which is like 30 minutes away, there's like two neighborhoods, right? You finally get to like an intersection of two neighborhoods. The road keeps going. You can either make a left into this neighborhood or a right into that neighborhood. And if you keep going, it's more nothingness of trees and woods, and then eventually you can make a left and you get to my house, right? So I get to this like where I can turn left or turn right to these neighborhoods, which are fairly nice neighborhoods. And at the stop sign to the left right here, there's a truck that's flipped upside down. The headlights are on. The car's on, the radio's on, no one's in it. The vehicle is upside down, guys. Like on its hood. On the roof. The roof is like upside down. Almost like they wrecked, right? But I looked at the vehicle, I looked around, I inspected everything, I walked in circles 360 degrees. I couldn't see where the vehicle had wrecked. There was no dents, there was no crash, the headlights weren't busted. Bro, I didn't even see a scratch. The vehicle was just upside down. That's it. I don't know how. So I called the police. Mind you, I'm like 35, 40 minutes out now from the city, and I'm dialing 911, which is, it's not going to connect me to the local sheriffs who are fairly closer. It's going to connect me to them, and I tell them, I'm like, hey, there's like a car flipped over here on this road, yada, yada, still within their jurisdiction. Even though it's kind of far, even though the county sheriffs probably get there faster. And I'm like, hey, there's this truck flipped over here. There's no one in it. It's abandoned. Like it's on and everything. It's running. Fucking Florida Georgia line is playing, right? And then I give the address, and the dispatcher's like, Can you give us the address again? We can't find that. I was like, what do you mean you can't find that? You're the police. It's this and this. This is the address. I'm looking at the sign. They're like, we can't find that on the map. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to leave. There's a vehicle here. Come get it if you need it. Okay, bye. And I hung up. What do you mean you can't find it? What do you mean it's not on your map? And so the very next day, I had work. I had to get up early. I get up at like 7 a.m., right? Mind you, this happened. It was like 11:30 at night. And so I'm like, fuck it, called the police. They're being dumb. I don't know what's going on here. So I left. I went home, woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning, had to be at work at 9, drove in the same fucking direction to get back into town, and I drove past this neighborhood, and the vehicle was just gone. Gone. That's it. And then I stopped. I got out. I inspected. I looked around to see if I could find, like, any sign of a wreck, any sign of a car accident. Like, maybe it was just too dark for me to see. Bro, I went around. There was nothing. There was nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't know what the fuck that was. I can't tell you how that happened. I don't know what happened to that truck. 7 hours later, it was gone. That's it. And I don't know. Never saw anything in the news, never saw anything in the papers or nothing. It was just like the strangest shit. All right. I'm going to try to watch your video, Christian. I can't guarantee that. I can't make any promises, man. This just seems like something I don't care about. Marvel's Midnight Suns.
Hey, True Believers, England Teen here with another episode of Comic Book Origins. This is where we take a look at the first appearance of any comic book superhero, villain, or team. This time around, we are talking about the Midnight Suns, who did kind of a crossover in the 1990s. In 1992, they made their first appearance. And why not? Vertigo was out. Everybody wanted their own supernatural line. And Marvel said, yo, what's up? We got some supernatural characters, so let's get Hellstorm, Morbius, Werewolf by Night, Danny Ketch, Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze, Doctor Strange, and we'll write up a story for it. And this is a commissioned video, and I'd like to thank Conjure, I think I said that right, I hope I said that right, for commissioning it. If you would like to commission your own video, by all means, go on over to Ko-Fi. The link is in the description below. We've got all sorts of topics, bad comic beatdown, really that bad as you're seeing right.
Yeah, there were houses nearby. I mean, there was 2 neighborhoods, like, right there. There were houses nearby. So maybe this person somehow wrecked their vehicle, flipped it without causing any kind of damage to any other part of the vehicle. Which, guys, if you flip a vehicle, there is going to be damage on the side, the tail lights, headlights, the door, something. It had nothing. I don't know how this person flipped this vehicle. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Maybe they flipped it, took the fuck off. But how do they do that without damage to anything else? It doesn't make any sense.
Here, bad, really that bad is basically saying, hey, it's got a bad reputation, but does it deserve it? Same with, it's kind of opposite of the good version of that. Anyway, we do comic book origins, which we got here. All sorts of stuff, so go on over, pick your topic, pick your subject, and with all that aside, let's jump into the first appearance of the Midnight Suns, Danny Ketch's Ghost Rider number 28. As always, we start looking at the cover, and I've got to say it's weird that it's one figure, really, but it still seems cluttered because of the buildings, and it's also kind of strange that everything's off to the right. It almost looks like they're trying to form a dagger for Ghost Rider as he's jumping over the buildings. And by the way, that's not a person. That's like a gargoyle kind of thing that is reaching out towards them. It's just kind of cluttered. And it seems like the most important part of this isn't the Ghost Rider, the name or the title, but part 1 of 6, because that's what really stands out since it's away from all of the clutter. It's a really weird choice of covers, I think. The book opens up on the Ghost Rider carrying a body of an old lady, and he's saying, "Murderers, you cannot escape my vengeance." Gotta make it a little more clear. Did he murder the old lady and it's like proof? Here, I told you, you cannot escape my vengeance. Or did somebody do something to her? I know, I'm just kidding around, come on. Dead. An old woman's blood spilled in exchange for the few dollars she carries in her purse. Or was it for the sport? Vengeance will have its due. The city's streets run with the blood of the innocent. The innocent are put to rest in their graves, and the killers walk free. No more. And we see the Ghost Rider swinging his chain, causing all sorts of collateral damage, but then he gets a shotgun to the head. Hold it. We see it's Johnny Blaze, and he explains that because of the Ghost Rider, his gun shoots pure hellfire, and he could take the Ghost Rider's head off. He says he's causing more damage, but the Ghost Rider won't relent. The old lady's life needs to be avenged. So, Johnny Blaze fires. You know, I would hold a grudge against somebody who shot me in the head. Even if I survived, I would be like Brightburn. Just, I'd have to take him out. But you see this in comics all day. People do it.
Johnny Blaze. What? What? Like, Johnny Blaze is in the one from Fantastic Four? The Human Torch? Is that the Johnny Blaze that we just saw? This motherfucker uses guns? That was wild. I didn't think he'd need to. He's his own weapon.
Hold a grudge against somebody who shot me in the head. Even if I survived, I would be like Brightburn. Just, I'd have to take him out. But you see this in comics all day. People do egregious things to each other, and then they just, whatever. But we find out that Johnny Blaze actually shot past the Ghost Rider into the wall. Didn't he just say you're causing a lot of damage here? So why? Okay, anyway, not a lot of logic so far in the book, but he says, okay, we need to figure out calmly what to do with these guys, and Ghost Rider beats him unconscious. And he's like, hey, I guess that was calm for him. Ghost Rider rides away with his 2 victims, and Johnny Blaze follows him, going, what am I doing here, following this guy to a mausoleum just so I could watch him give the penance stare and then throw him on in? I am not the Ghost Rider sidekick. We're not your backup singers, Beyonce. We are a group. Johnny Blaze sees Ghost Rider taking a break. He goes over in a huff, yelling and screaming that he's only there because Danny Ketch is dying inside the Ghost Rider, and he wants the Ghost Rider to stop with the penance stare and killing people. Then they show another dude who's watching.
Never mind, it's
going,
not the Human Torch.
amateurs,
It's
like
actually,
I need this in my
I don't
cemetery. Then we cut to the Ketch home where everybody's worried about Danny Ketch's whereabouts. Of course, I'm pretty sure because he had his throat ripped out, he can't make an appearance as Ghost Rider. As a matter of fact, they're blaming Ghost Rider for the disappearance.
Oh
of Danny
yeah,
Ketch.
no. Okay.
But the Ghost
yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Isn't Johnny Blaze supposed to be Ghost Rider? Yeah, that's Johnny Storm. Forget what I said. Isn't Johnny Blaze supposed to be Ghost Rider?
Rider appearance has been reported in, so the father, who's
I don't
a
know.
cop, says,
I don't know anything about this, Christian. I'm trying to care, bruh. I really am.
"Okay, I'm gonna go check this
I know Ghost Rider, but I don't.
out." So Blaze confronts Ghost Rider a
Okay.
little bit calmer at this point, and he's like, "You want to kill everybody, right?" And he goes, I just don't know without Danny Ketch. You know, it seems like Ghost Rider's actually having a conversation here, and he's worried that he's losing his contact with humans, and he just wants to go all crazy Ghost Rider on them when they hear a noise behind them. And they see this big guy with a shovel standing behind him, and he says, "All this melodramatic whining is fascinating, but you got bigger problems right now, Boney. By the way, nice reflexes. Who are you, and what are you talking about?" "I'm the caretaker around these parts. Take care of all the cemeteries in the area. It's a personal thing. I've been keeping an eye on your skinny friend since he first popped up. Watched him storing all that slime in a perfectly good mausoleum, starting with that Blackout character and the one called Stern. What are you talking about? The cops have got this place surrounded. You up for a fight?" "Me? I'd love one. But these cops have got some pretty heavy artillery ready for war. What's with Skinny? Forget about him. We've got to get out of here. I'm not up for fighting any cops." And Ghost Rider says, "Go." Johnny Blaze takes a little offense at this since he was brought up to help the Ghost Rider and he's blowing him off. But then bullets start flying at him. The caretaker says, "Follow me. I know a way out if you don't mind getting your hands dirty." Yeah, there was something in the 90s where of course, it was more violent. The anti-hero had a rise because of Dark Knight and Watchmen and all of that. But what really gets
James,
me
what's
is
good,
that
man?
Marvel,
How are you?
almost every character was written as Wolverine. We cut to the Ghost Rider walking back to the mausoleum. Their cries have stopped. They are dead. Their spilling of their blood does not demand vengeance. They were killers. They were guilty. But who did this to them? The light. "Daniel, what is happening to us?" "Ghost Rider, I've almost reached the light. Now I can rest." "I'm almost there. It's taken so long, so much pain. I didn't think I'd make it after what happened with Ghost Rider and those monsters." "We can never rest. Vengeance always calls. The innocent cry out to us." And Danny Ketch just stares. And what he sees, Morbius, Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze. Then all of a sudden it turns to, "Come, boy, look upon the future. Forces will assemble to prevent me from gathering my children, but all these self-proclaimed heroes will fall before the offspring of Lilith." See, Danny? People warned you. Don't mess around with those single moms, man. They could go loco. You mess with their kids. We cut back to Ghost Rider speaking to Danny Ketch. "Our lives are entwined by blood and vengeance, and we are destined to never know why they reach out to us. A hand moving among the dead, reaching out. I'm here. Now take the final plunge. To what? What will I see on the other side? A hand.
Yeah, I got that,
Beautiful.
Christian.
Come, boy." And we see Danny.
I pretty
Ketch
much
go
figured
through a
that was
portal
that was that
where
character.
he sees a pinup of
I just
the
didn't want to
Midnight
pause to talk about
Suns.
it.
This is like, hey, we interrupt our regularly scheduled comic book for a pinup. So while Ghost Rider's in a trance, we see Blackout, and he's with Mr. Stern. They say they combine their powers to break through his chains, and now they're going to kill him. And they say, "Wait a second, something's wrong with the Ghost Rider." He's like spacing out here, and he's like, "I don't care. I'm going to kill the mother anyway." And we cut to Lilith basically torturing Dan Ketch, wondering what his name was, saying she's going to torture him and thinking, wow, this is going to be easier than I thought. She lets him go and just says, "Soon, boy. Soon. I'm coming for you." When we cut back to Blackout and Mr. Stern, we see that they've pretty much beaten the teetotal hell out of Ghost Rider, and there's a lot of hell to beat out of him. And Mr. Stern's, they're like, wait, have you killed him? I don't know. Did we kill him? And Mr. Stern says, kill him or not, I'm getting out of here before you remember that we have a truce. And he just gets the hell out of Dodge. So we see that the cops are outside the mausoleum. Come out with your hands in sight, Lieutenant Badolino, New York PD. And I want the Ghost Rider. Nervously, Mr. Stern says, now what are we going to do? The entire New York City Police Department is out there. I can't afford to let them take me in. The firm would require me within an hour. I also have something to do. A family reunion, I believe. Blackout says it's time to go, but Mr. Stern's worried about the gunshots, and Blackout reminds him, wait a second, you're invulnerable. He's like, whoa, hold on, but it still kind of hurts. You know, the bullets can't kill him, but it does hurt. And he says, tough, and just kind of runs out into the gunfire, carrying Mr. Stern. Lieutenant Badolino orders SWAT to go after Blackout and Mr. Stern. He says Ghost Rider's mine. Bursting in a mausoleum, he sees the Ghost Rider. Looks like he's already dead. He says, well, that's too bad. I wanted to do it myself, but his head would still look good on his wall, when all of a sudden he's hitting the head with a shovel. The lieutenant stumbles out of the mausoleum. The caretaker shuts the door and puts the shovel through the handle so they can't open it very easily. He says, it's not going to hold for long. Grab the Ghost Rider's shoulders. We'll escape through the way we came in. And we see that they came in through a little hole in the ground as they passed by other graves to get there. A few minutes later, where are we? Clear over on the other side of the cemetery. I told you there are tunnels that run all over the place if you're willing to get dirty. Now we just need to get the two of you out of here before Lilith, Nakota, Meat Market, Pilgrim, they have to be stopped. The blood. We see that the caretaker takes a shovel and presumably hits the Ghost Rider in the head with it, considering we see the word wham. Or he's a George Michael fan. Okay, little sidebar. The bird has actually landed on my head now, so it probably will chime in. Evil greater than any this earth has ever seen in a millennium. We've got no time to hear it. You two gotta, I know I changed the southern accent up a little bit here, so okay. You two gotta get out of here. There's your transport now, get. I'm not a good passenger. Boy, you are picky for a tough guy. Hey, Boney, what about the bike you stashed in there last month? How do you know of it? I know everything that affects my cemeteries, and it looks like someone is trying to beat us to the bike. They open the door and they see what looks like Blackout. You're alive. It doesn't matter. None of it matters. She's coming, and she'll give me what I want. I'll be able to cast off this human shell I was born into. We see Blaze mad, drawing his gun. You killed Dan. The Ghost Rider hits Blaze's gun, claiming that Dan's still alive, and if he shot Blackout, he would be a murderer. They're about vengeance, not murder. Blaze says, okay, and then says, we're getting out of here. Does this bike move? Then, up on a hill, sitting on his bike, we see the caretaker. You're right, starting up. I didn't think she'd ever come back. This is going to be big. You really think they're up to it? I don't know, my old friend. You gonna get involved? You know I can't. Yeah, I just don't think those two bikers are enough. They'll have help. I'll do whatever I can, but I ain't in my prime no more. And we see it's Dr. Strange that he's talking to. Modesty doesn't suit you, my friend, but I had others in mind, and if I'm not mistaken, they will all find each other shortly. Keep me posted, Doc. You know where to find me. Yes, my friend, I do. There you go, gang. That is the first appearance of the Rising Suns, Ghost Rider number 28. So what do you think?
I think you should have told your gerbil to shut the fuck up. I love the video. Fantastic job. Great explanations. Great storytelling. I liked it, bro. It's just, I just don't care. I don't. Sorry, Christian. I don't care, man. I tried. Did you put it in the Discord or just what'd you say? Southern what? Oh, we won't get copyrighted for this. Oh, this is like mad long, dude. I thought this was gonna be like a short little clip on something. What's it? Hold on. What's it say? As southern as, is that what you want me to type in? As southern as Boston? Is it a short or something? Yeah, is that what you wanted me to type in? As southern as Boston? Is that like, what do you want me to type in specifically for Jerry Wayne? All right. Let me I need to go use the bathroom, so I'll be right back. Hold on. Let me, yeah, just let me know exactly what video by him you want to watch that's not these two that are 51 minutes. Oh, he has shorts. All right, well, just give me the name to. Oh, I'll just go to his channel and go to shorts. But yeah, hold on. There's also some stuff from the watch later we're gonna check out as well. So let me. Oh God. Fuck. I really gotta reset this. Bro, way too far. That is not good. Okay. One moment, guys. Gotta go smoke. Or not. Well, I'll probably do that too, but I gotta use the bathroom. Right back. Okay, what were we doing? Um. No, this is all. It's just Jerry Wayne live. No, George. Is he? What should we click on? I don't know what to click on, man. I think you're just gonna have to give me some links to this shit, really, to be honest. I don't know where to start. What you described, I don't see. Moose, take it easy, man. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for chilling. I appreciate you. Yeah, Christian, I've seen like the first season of X-Files. Why? Brother, I do not want to watch a video about the X-Files. Hopefully you're just asking me just to ask me. I've seen like first season, man. Maybe like the second season, years ago. Do I start? Is there anywhere I should? All right, I start on this one.
And the last time I was in Nacogdoches, Texas was a few years ago. I was playing a show at a place called Bonita Creek Dance Hall, I believe. It was a type of beer joint type place. One of them beer joints what got a bunch of extra rooms that do other stuff.
Yeah, find me something. Don't leave it up to me because I'll just end up clicking on stuff that probably like I don't know what to click on. You know it better than I do. So let me you know what we're gonna do. While you do that, I'm gonna do something out of my watch later, man. It'll be fun. And it's gonna be between I don't know what the fuck to click on, really, to be honest. Let's see. Let's see why. AWOL U.S. Marine fled the country. To go where? We had one. I knew two dudes that went three, four actually, but one in particular went AWOL in Afghanistan. He just went on leave and didn't come back. He eventually did come back. And then another one, we were stationed in Italy and he went AWOL. He went on leave and never came back. And he legitimately never came back. I never saw him again. He went to like California. It was the same soldier that I had to do suicide watch for. He got sent to a hospital and I got put like on a like my whole platoon got put on guard for this fucker. We had to watch him for like 2 hours a pop all day, all fucking night, all fucking whatever. So we had shifts. We'd have to pay money to get a fucking, actually, no, we didn't have to pay money to get a taxi. Courtesy Patrol took us to the hospital to keep an eye on this fucker. And guess what? As soon as this fucker got released out of the hospital, he was no longer a suicide risk. He went on, I think he eventually went on leave and he was gone. I think he went back to California, which from what I heard when I was in the service is like California has like the highest amount of AWOL troops. At least that's what I heard when I was in. That could have been a flat out lie. Or it could have changed by now. But All right.
They really don't want me to leave, bro. Like, I was.
Oh, I can put the link to the Discord in the. I'm sorry. Yeah, we don't do links here. I got it. It literally takes me 2 seconds. I gotta be close. That should work.
They really don't want me to leave, bro. Like, I was on my way to pick up my DD214, and then S1 says, no, there's still more paperwork. Who knew it was harder to get out of
Is this a? I can't tell if this is a chick or a dude.
the Marine Corps than to get in?
This continues to get spicier and spicier as time goes on. I'm obviously not in my filming room, but that's why I'm covering it right now. I've made 2 videos about this, covering this in detail, but I do want to capture this to respect your time, and here's my TLDR. So this was a Marine that was in trouble for grappling, quotations, and was being sent to non-judicial punishment. She claims that there were several other instances where it was unfair in comparison from her situation to other Marines. However, as things were being uncovered, it was claimed that the Marine had felt she was being treated unfairly and reported this to Marine Corps headquarters in Quantico, Virginia for hazing. This was not found to be the case, and leadership was told they were doing a good job handling this case. It was stated that this Marine went to court-martial and received an administrative separation. However,
For what?
she never received her exit paperwork, which most importantly was her DD214, which this is to prove she had left the service, and she would need this in order to obtain any veteran benefits or to prove that she was in the military. They stated she never returned and essentially meant she was unauthorized absence, or UA.
Wait, so she didn't return to get her DD214, or it was just never given to her? Hold on.
Court-martial and received an administrative separation. However, she never received her exit paperwork, which most importantly was her DD214, which this is to prove she had left the service, and she would need this in order to obtain any veteran benefits or to prove that she was in the military. They stated she never returned and essentially meant she was unauthorized absence, or UA. More has come to the story. She's now beefing with the gunnery sergeant that.
So she was supposed to get out. I mean, because administrative, what was it? Administrative court-martial? When you get, because like, dude, when I got court-martialed, I went back to the, well, first I had to do my jail time in Kuwait, and then, but once I did that, I went back to the States, and then once I went back to the States, I mean, dog, I did everything that I was supposed to do to get the fuck out, right? Could I have gone AWOL and said, fuck it? Yeah, I could have, but why would I do that? I needed to clear the installation. I needed to make sure that the military wouldn't charge me for shit. You have to turn shit back into CIF, Central Issue Facility. All the shit they give you, some shit you have to give back. You can't keep it, right? So I had to do all that stuff, man, so that Uncle Sam don't fuck me and take and garnish my wages for shit that I owe the service, right? You have to clear the installation. You have to go through medical. You have to go see all the same thing you had to do when you got to the duty station in processing. You have to out process that shit. You got to turn in your ID card and everything. They give you all your paperwork. They give you your medical records if you requested them. Usually you can just request those after you get out. It'll take some months, but I mean, if you just don't have the patience to wait for it right there and then. And then that's it. Everyone clears the installation, right? So that means that you got that administrative court-martial and you just fucked off and said, well, if you're kicking me out, then I'm just leaving. You can't tell me what to... that's not how it goes, girl. And again, I can't tell if that's a chick or a guy.
Help kick her out.
Does your construction company's hiring process look a lot like...
Fucking fuck.
Today is my last day in the military, so we gonna get dressed, we gonna enjoy this freaking day, and afterwards, so for the shirt, we're gonna wear this Calvin Klein, baby, and for the jeans, we're gonna wear these denim pants. All right, don't get it twisted. This is...
I don't think you're gonna get away with that. Your last day of work, you still what? You think it's gonna be casual Friday on your last day?
In a whorehouse, you can't just see everything that I'm wearing underneath, all right? Okay, we were gonna wear jeans with holes in them, but it's our last day, guys. We don't want to create too much chaos. For the belt, we're gonna wear this MK beautiful, gorgeous belt. Actually, this day couldn't have come any freaking sooner, bro. This whole week, everybody's been on my ass, especially because I'm an admin sep, so now they really don't care. I'm not gonna dog on the military and be like, yeah, it was terrible. Because honestly, it hasn't. There's just those days that you have sergeants that piss you the off. Honestly, if I could have done anything differently, I think the only thing that I would change, well, there's a few things, but mainly, like, I would have started investing in trade options a lot sooner. 2, I would have done my research before joining and taken my time choosing the right branch for me, because honestly, this isn't it. Okay, so we added a sweat top, and for the shoes, we're gonna wear these gold and black Jordans.
Again, where are you going? Are you planning on out processing like this? That's not gonna work. But all right.
Okay, they're giving me we might have to discharge you on Tuesday because I can't find my wallet, and I haven't been able to find my wallet all week.
You gotta try. Try some like Cajun fruit.
They really don't want me to leave, bro. Like.
Oh, actually, time out. I'm wrong. Well, I'm not all the way wrong, but there is a time during out processing where they give you like this 2 to 3, I think it's 2 days, but they give you like this 2-day like course, walk through information type guide type shit, paperwork on how to gain employment after the service and how to do resumes and all that stuff and yada yada yada. It's just like a thing that they do when they're out processing you. And during those days, you will show up out of uniform in like khakis or a collared shirt, nice belt, some shoes. They actually tell you to do that. So yeah. I completely forgot about that. My bad.
I was on my way to pick up my DD214, and then S1 says, no, there's still more paperwork. Like, what? Bro, we literally asked you 5 times if there was anything else. Who knew it was harder to get out of the Marine Corps than to get in?
I do want to say that, like, if you're getting out, your primary concern is to dabble into some substance, which obviously in a lot of places is legal now. But I do want to say that shows where your priorities are at in this situation. On top of that, if you've been in the military in the past 5 to 10 years, you've met...
I mean, I talked to sergeants that was their whole thought process. I remember this one sergeant in particular. It was when I was in pre-ALC, which, yeah, we did pre-ALC. Why? Instead of just going to ALC, right? We even had to do pre-BLC. And instead of just going to BLC, it was so weird. And had this one sergeant, we were just chilling one day, and I was like, Sergeant, what do you plan on doing when you get out of the service? You only got, what, like 2 years left, right? He's like, that's right. And he's like, I'm going to get baked as fuck every day. I was like, that sounds good, man. I think I might do the same. So, yeah, it's not just that soldier, but, I mean, he was getting out the right way. He was just waiting out his contract to smoke weed. That wasn't like his whole, like this one, you know.
The stock bros, entrepreneurs, the pyramid scheme people, the crypto bros, which that's what this sounds like with this Marine. Like, I wish I did more options trading. You need a lot of money to do a lot of very good quality options trading.
Yeah, you need capital to do that stuff and actually have it pay off the way it's supposed to.
Where I'm like, I would love to see the bank account to show how much the Marine was making outside doing stocks versus being in and saying they're maybe a day trader, for example, here. And this has led her to get into some hot water with her gunnery sergeant, which is happy that he actually got her out of the military. Check this out.
Why was I so okay with being an admin sep? Number one, you have Marines like Gunnery Sergeant Abbott in 3rd Tracks Assault Amphibious Battalion, who tells other Marines that they should no longer associate with another Marine because they OD'd for attention. That's the type of leadership that the Marine Corps has for you. Number two.
I mean, yeah, you should What are you even talking about? Yeah, I wouldn't want my soldiers hanging out with someone that does that. You're a bad influence. ODing just for fucking attention? Maybe you didn't do it that way, but that's what it probably seemed to a lot of fucking people. You really do seem like the center of attention. Really. And when you're in the military, man, if you're not the center of attention for good reasons, like Soldier of the Month or Soldier of the Week or yada yada, or like you crushed it at a school, or you did some kind of like leadership course and you were at the top of your class and you stood out, if it's not for that, then
they're always gonna believe the higher ranking person. If you're a
Reverend, what's good?
lance corporal or corporal going against a sergeant or a staff sergeant or a gunny, your word doesn't mean anything. Their word is more valuable because they serve more time. Number three, their favorite line is always, you signed that dotted line, but nothing in that dotted line said I had to deal with incompetent as leadership.
Yeah, but that's just what comes with the job. The dotted line also didn't say anything about bullets either, but that comes with the job, doesn't it? Of course it does. So, yeah. That anything that comes after you signing your name on that dotted line, guess what, girl? There is no fine print. Can't blame it on fine print if there is no fine print. You know what I mean?
Number four, if you're doing good, you're always gonna have a target on your back. And lastly, but not least important, number five, you're no longer a person, you're a number. Don't mean anything. You have no freedom.
Yeah.
You're basically nobody. They tell you what to do, when to do it, and how to do it.
Yeah. Congratulations. You have a full understanding of the military. Now what's the problem? I pretty much what she just said, I pretty much gathered that in basic training. We're literally just numbers. Like, I mean, seriously, that motherfucker just called me 14. Right? So what's the issue?
I'm not okay with.
From now on, you will speak only when spoken to. And the first and
I think it is, right? Isn't it? I think that's a chick. I'm not gonna get wrapped up in it, but it looks like one and it sounds like one, and it's got a fucking nose ring, so unless that's just a very spicy man. I don't know.
last words out of your filthy sewers will be, sir. Do you maggots understand that? Sir, yes, sir.
And you know, if you do exactly what your leadership says, you'll never go wrong. For the exception of when it does go wrong. Case in point, one time I sprained I fucked up my ankle, man. I sprained it. I actually fucked up my ankle several times. My right one. On one day, I fucked it up. We did basketball. We went to the gym and did basketball for PT. It was a pretty relaxed day or whatever. We went, rolled my ankle, right? And it hurt, dude. Like, it really hurt. It hurt to walk. It was tough, right? And so I tell my NCO, I'm like, hey, man, really fucked up my ankle today. PT's going to be a problem. Can I just sit out? And he's like, no, you can't do that. I was like, okay, well, I got to go to sick call. I have to go to sick call and have them put me on profile because, dude, simply just walking is just rough, man. And he's like, well, first sergeant said that no one's going to sick call anymore. I'm like, then what am I supposed to do, man? I'm not going to be able to do PT. And he says, you're going to have to go to the emergency room. I was like, but why can't I go to sick call, though? What's the problem? He's like, too many soldiers have been abusing sick call. You got to go to the emergency room. And I'm just like, okay, man, I'll go to the emergency room. So I went to the emergency room. I sit there. I wait. A major comes out. He says, soldier, why are you here? What's the problem? You don't look sick. I was like, you're correct, sir. I'm not sick. My ankle hurts really bad. I rolled it. It's fucked. I need help. And he's like, did you go to sick call? I was like, I'm so glad you asked. I tried to go to sick call. My NCO told me to come here. He says, why? I said, well, because apparently a whole bunch of people abuse sick call, so we're no longer allowed to go. We have to go to the emergency room. He's like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. What's your NCO's phone number? I was like, there it is. Guess what happened, guys? He bitched out my NCO. The major sent me to sick call. I went to sick call, got help, left sick call, went back to work, and proceeded to get bitched out by my NCO. And I was like, what was I supposed to do? You said go to the emergency room. I go to the emergency room. So yeah, there's some occasions where, bro, damned if you do, damned if you don't, up, right, left, down, doesn't fucking matter. But in most situations, if you just do what your NCOs tell you to do, you can't go wrong. And if you do go wrong and you have an NCO worth the fuck, he's gonna acknowledge that, okay, maybe that wasn't the play. Let's do something else. Let's try something else, right? Soldier, come on back. Let's rethink this. But no, bro, you seem like a problem. You seem like a pain in the ass. You seem like you talk too much.
But I was able to hold you accountable where others failed and got you out of here.
Gunnery Sergeant Abbott is absolutely correct. You've been a problem since day one. Thank God I was able to hold you accountable where others failed and got you out of here.
Well, I don't know every circumstance, but I can tell you people have leaked information to me that don't want to go on the radar for this over at non-regs, as I've covered in previous videos, or my...
Oh, it says, hold on. Block my name out, please, but there's a lot that's worked up to this NJP. And what is it, NJP? Non-judicial punishment? From leaving 29 Palms while supporting a training exercise to go to the mall and a restricted smoke shop to contacting Quantico because she thought her command was hazing her, just to have Quantico email her staff letting them know what happened, and they said they were doing a good job. She posted TikToks of vehicle serial numbers in her TikToks, and then when was told to take them down, she made a TikTok degrading the NCO that told her she had to take them down. She hit a car driving to the range. She lost a tailgate driving to the range with troops in the back. She's given multiple unlawful orders to junior Marines and has hazed them herself. But when she got the treatment as a junior, she cried and cried about it. She was saved from jumping off third deck by a junior and then drunk drove away from a sergeant. And that junior that saved her doing over 100+ miles an hour on the 5 then picked up a week or two after and accused them of trying to stop her just so they could get an award. Orders only apply to her when they benefit her. She's fucking everyone else over because she can't handle getting in trouble herself. Yeah. Good God. I don't think we ever had a... Bro, that's got... I'm just going to assume that's a fucking female, man. This I'm just going to keep saying she. I don't think we ever had a you know what? I don't think we ever had a soldier this... Well, no. Ooh. Yeah, actually... No, I'm not going to say that. We had worse than this, actually. To the tune of, like, drunk driving, almost killing yourself and your girlfriend type shit. Running from the police. Ooh, it's rough. But... Yeah, you gotta fucking go. Dog, you have to absolutely go. It's like, I've seen people get kicked out for less. Really. Something as simple as adultery, which I don't really look down upon in the service or in any job. Are you good at your job? Cool, I don't give a fuck if you cheat on your wife. Something as simple as that can get you the fuck out. Something as simple as not being able to make weight can get you the fuck out. Look at this rap sheet. Why is it taking this long for you to get kicked out? That is the biggest question. Why is it taking this long? It's almost like people kept giving you the benefit of the doubt because I'm pretty sure you're female, and when it comes to females, they always get the benefit of the doubt. No matter what sector of life they're in. They just do, for the most part. And they can make infinite amounts of excuses, and especially in a male-driven job, you're going to have at least one or two males that are going to be like, oh, let's look after her, right? No, bro. No, you can't look past any of this shit. You got to go.
itself on direct messages. There are just too many things to count. And I will say, if you're joining the military, substance abuse is not acceptable. It's understood that that is why you go get tested before you go to medical to get processed in, before you leave for boot camp, while you're at boot camp. Like, it is understood that this gunnery sergeant probably was like, get all the good Marines away from this person, which has a history of bad issues and bad temper, which I will cover here.
Not even in my most angry could I ever do something like that to my own shit. Oh, wait. Oh. Holding a bat. Okay, we did that. Hold on. The breakup. Oh, and you're laying right next to a trash can. Oh, you're a heavy drinker, aren't you? The no contact. You mean the protective restraining order you also violated? Jesus Christ, dude. This one's got problems. This one is off the reservation. This one is off the deep end. This one is very far gone. Yeah. Administrative it is for you. You are not good. We can't give you a weapon. That's insane. That is insane. And in the Marines, no less, that's insane. We can't give you a gun. You're too... No. Like, and don't get me wrong. I served with multiple alcoholics. I'm talking about such crazy alcoholics, man, that when we deployed for like the first week of deployment, their hands were shaking, right? And they were the biggest dicks in the world. But they pulled it together, dude. And when you got to do a job, you got to do... I don't feel like you can pull anything together. Not even in a combat setting. I feel like that would actually be worse for you, really. Throwing you into something like that. But you're admin, so I shouldn't even bring that up. The chances of you ever having to do anything like that. But still, really. You don't set a good example for other troops. And it's a good thing they kicked you out, man, because like you keep doing this and nothing happens, other troops are going to see that they can also get away with questionable behavior. So, yeah.
And with those proof of evidence, what you post, not even including what other people know about beyond what's on social media, it shows that there is a maturity gap here, and there are many issues that are beyond the surface of just what you're saying of, these people don't listen to me because I'm a lower rank. It's a lot more to that. Also, when I say that a leader, you are a corporal in the United States Marine Corps, which is a leadership position, you are a non-commissioned officer, does this mean that other Marines should emulate and follow those actions? I would challenge anybody to say that, and they're going to say, no, probably not. Or do things for attention like break TVs. Or try and get in trouble and run away and say people did it for attention. Or try and do illegal things like going off base to a smoke shop you weren't supposed to, as annotated in prior videos. This is just...
Yeah, it's just like... It's just too much, man. And don't get me wrong, I got my fair share of punishment at, like, outside of the court-martial, whatever, but I got my fair share of punishment, like Falcon do push-ups or something like that. And you know, a lot of us, especially overseas, a lot of us would show up to work drunk. Man, we show up to work drunk. We were very, very good at hiding it. Very, very good at hiding it. But a lot of us would show up to work drunk. Either we were still drunk from the night prior, or on our lunch break, we would throw back a couple, get a little bit relaxed, and then go back to work. And dude, man, especially in my room and in my buddy Alex's room, the bottles of scope and like mouthwash were running rampant. I think my wall locker had like between like 20 and 25 bottles of just like empty scope, mouthwash, all that shit, because otherwise, bro, I'd be looking at UCMJ being drunk on duty. So, like, but still, I pulled it together for PT. I pulled it together for work. Was I a little bit like, ugh? Was I buzzed a little bit when they said, hey, Falcon, go empty out that Connex? Oh, yes. But Yo, I did the damn thing, and I did it efficiently. Mainly because I really wanted to get back to my fucking room and puke, but just so I could drink more. But yeah, that's just... I still did my job and did it well whenever I was doing questionable things. There's not really much to your job, I feel. You're easily replaceable. So, I mean, yeah, get the fuck out.
Stacking up, like I say, every single time. I will say that probably most leaders, even though there are sounded off cases on my channel, social media, whatever else, where people do talk about like bad leadership that is out there. I will wave the flag when it is legitimate, but this is not the case here. No one's coming to your defense, as I've said on various other social media platforms. No one's saying, man, this corporal was really great, everyone else sucked. I will be honest, that is not the sentiment across the board, and people do like to correct the narrative if things are incorrect.
Here's an example. On my first deployment, we had this one guy that popped hot for steroids. Yeah. He was such a good soldier, though. He was such a good soldier, man. I think he was maintenance or something, but dude, he could do a little bit of everything. Like, a little bit of everything. Really nice guy, super good soldier, always on time, was never a problem, super cool dude. Right place, right time, right uniform. You could always depend on him. He popped hot one time for steroids, and they kicked him out of the whole entire service. Right there. We were in Afghanistan. They kicked him out of Afghanistan, out of the whole fucking army. Bro, we were pissed. We were all angry. We were all mad. We were just like, are you fucking for real? Like you couldn't have just like Article 15, demoted him, extra duty. Maybe he has to fucking, I don't know, greet people at the entrance of the dining facility like a fucking Walmart greeter. I don't know, man. This fucking specialist over here lost his fucking weapon last week, and you didn't even demote him. And it's just crazy, bro. Like, we were all pissed off. It was like such a heavy-handed punishment for something that we thought wasn't really that big of a fucking deal. Could have been worse. He could have been on fucking meth. It's roids. Oh, God, he's stronger. The humanity. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't, like... Anyways.
If you look at this Marine's post, all the posts do include...
Brad, what's good?
...include deflection across the board because they never take accountability for any of their actions. They never say, I did this wrong, I did that wrong. There's none of that. It's always, gunnery sergeant's bad, this person's bad, that person's bad. And I'm like, well, where did you play a part in this? You didn't just wander in and walk in and, oh, I'm in hot water. That's just not the way this works.
Brad, is that you twice?
Now come with this gunnery sergeant coming out after this Marine, even after she's allegedly out, not UA, maybe UA. We don't know because we talked about it previously, but the reason why I know she's in Puerto Rico is because she had mentioned it on a live stream, which I went on to, which I did not capture, but it looks like they are now officially out of the continental United States. So if everything goes according to plan, this Marine got an other than honorable discharge, does not get a post 9/11 GI Bill as she stated on her live streams and various other places where she still gets.
She has the same discharge that I used to have. I have since gotten mine upgraded, but that's the discharge I got, guys, other than honorable. The process that she's going to have to go through. Girl, if I were you, I would save up money for lawyers. I really would. Because you definitely do not want to do this process by yourself. Yeah, you're not eligible for benefits with a other than honorable. You might be eligible to like walk into a VA hospital and maybe get like some fucking Tylenol. Maybe. And everything that you do there with that discharge will be out of fucking pocket. For the most part. If they even, and it has to be for like very specific things, right? They just won't help you otherwise at all for anything. You're not even eligible for compensation whatsoever. And what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go in front of a review board. You're going to have to gather all of your information, your medical records, your DD-214, both versions of it. There's a short version and a longer version. Well, there's a standard version and a longer version. Have to have all that. You're going to have to put together a case as to why your discharge should be upgraded. You're going to have to actually either stand in front of a board of other service members that comprise of majors, sergeant majors, captains, sergeant first classes, very high-ranking people. The highest-ranking person on my board was a colonel, full bird. And you're going to have to explain to them your actions. You're going to have to basically, like a prisoner that's about to get released on parole. You're going to have to convince that parole board that you are good to go back into society. You're going to have to convince this review board, this military review board, that you deserve to have your discharge upgraded. And here's the thing. It would not be wise of you to apply for this immediately. You're going to struggle with this discharge, just like I struggled. And it's not going to be a fun time for you. It's just not. It's not a fun time for anyone, really. You're going to struggle. And so if I were you, I would save every single dollar for lawyers to help you put forth this case and have them contact the review board and deal with the review board on your behalf, because otherwise, dude, that's an uphill battle that you can't win. It's akin to representing yourself in court. It's just you're dealing with the government at this point, like DOD. That's what it is. So like whenever my discharge was upgraded from what it was officially adjudicated by the Department of Defense. That's who you're going to be talking to. That's who you're going to be pleading your case to as far as your discharge. So good luck with that, girl. I hope you're happy. I hope you're proud. Let me tell you something. I had the same discharge. My life has not been fun. Okay? So wish you the best of luck. You're going to have to fucking settle the fuck down, because with this type of behavior, the military will just kick you out. In the civilian world, you're liable to get your ass whooped, girl, guy, whatever the fuck you are, or arrested. Stop drinking. And we're done with that one. Yo, Metal, thank you so much for the gifted. I appreciate you, dog. Terminator, what's good? How are you? Brad, you still here? Good, man. No, I still don't have Battlefield. I haven't had time. You know, that's exactly what I need, and I can't wait too long either. I gotta get to the smoke shop before they close. It's not a movie, is it? Terminated. Please don't tell me it's over 30 minutes. What is it? Actually, that would actually be fine. Just please don't tell me it's like a fucking hour. Not trying to do all that. I was perfectly content watching shit on my watch later. To be honest. There was one video by Donut Operator that showed up on my feed, and I forgot to put it in my watch later. I'm so sad. Terminator, what's the request, Doug? Is it a cinematic or a song, Brad? If it's music, we'll just do that tomorrow on Twitch. If it's an actual just cinematic, then... Okay, well, I'll just go with yours, Brad. Terminator fell asleep. Oh, then if it's... I think we can get away with it, right? If it's... We might have to wait till tomorrow if it's music, Brad. Sorry. Season 16. Terminated, are you gonna request something, dog? Let me see. I don't know. I think we should do this tomorrow, Brad, but let me... Oh, yeah. Definitely let's do this tomorrow. I do not like doing any kind of music on YouTube, man. It's just, it's too much of a pain in the ass. Case in point, a YouTuber that we watch his videos quite a bit, Adik the One, this guy, he had to delete over 80% of his videos because of fucking copyright, either due to 3 seconds worth of sound, music, whatever. Nah. We'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, I stream every other day on Twitch, so tomorrow we'll be on Twitch. The day after that, we'll be back on YouTube. It's just like on and off. All right, cool. So Terminated's not going to put anything this year. So I'm just going to pick something else up out of the watch later. Well, hold on. Let me actually put this league thing in the watch later for tomorrow. Yeah, I don't even know why I bothered typing it. What was that? What was that? Try not to laugh channel, Katai. So that I can go to it. Watch what? It may have been one of those. Both of those sound familiar. Oh. Okay, good. Because I was like, what is Smith funny? That doesn't sound like something I want to watch. But you might watch something funny. I got you. Yeah. Okay. What was that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that's... Let me see. Damn, these are fucking insane. Why are they so long? Nah. Bruh. Oh, okay. Hold on. We've actually... Okay, these are normal. Holy. I was like, man, I'm not clicking on that. Alright, here we go. You know what? I'm out. Bet. This would be better. Which one should I click on? Which one seems like the winner? Somehow, some way, I think I watched this. Oh yeah, I do remember that. That bitch hit hard. Jesus. Oh, y'all don't care, bet. I'm gonna go with... No, that's just... Oh, this one is unpredictable memes. I like unpredictable. There we go. All right. And let me change the...
They set me up and schemed to ruin my life. Just apologize for what you did. Just apologize.
No, Tony, no. The whole world is gonna know the truth.
He's a damn hero is what he is.
I'm just getting started. Dead Man's Wire, rated R.
That's got Al Pacino and... What's the name of the fucker that plays Pennywise? That might be a good movie. Oh no, we got fuck. All right, hold on. Hold on. We're gonna change this. Okay. It doesn't say try not to laugh in the title, but most of these are, so we're just Bill Skarsgård. That's what it is. But we're just gonna do it as a try not to laugh. So here we go.
I'm just riding on my bike and
There's no way that man just... Is it broke dance? He was breakdancing on it.
Yes, you're a queen.
I hope you fall. Oh. That lady... That lady, that dog was way too...
A spider crawled into my laptop, and he refused to pay rent. It's time to...
Want a break from the... This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends is a very popular free...
Hey girl, how are you? What's up? What are you eating? You're eating what? You're lying. You're eating something. Let me see. Oh, you got those vampire teeth in. All right, we're gonna skip past this. Or we might just leave it. What do you want? What's good? Are you bored? What's on your face? Go clean your face. Why is your face so dirty? Huh? What is that? Chocolate milk? Okay, well. Oh, did we start again? No, we're still... Alright.
To pack, you will get 3 new champions. Misericord, Tujasal and Romero. 10...
A long one. Okay. That's... Now, but...
Morning, we're about to make...
Oh, humor bagel. That's... I think that's the one that I was thinking about, but alright, we're in it.
Some spaghetti. We gotta be really quiet. Logan, pass me the bowl.
Who's gonna fall? Which one of you is gonna fall? Oh no, that wasn't even the point. It was... Why? I don't...
Not my job.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Sit.
We got a classic 1v1. Oh, this clip. I've seen it. This guy's fighting for his life. Look at him.
I like to yell at mice with my shirt off. Yeah!
Police department, search warrant.
A raccoon, isn't it? Yup.
What's your name, sir?
He parallel took off.
These what, sir? These nuts.
Have you ever seen someone parallel take off? I've seen him parallel park. That man parallel took the fuck... He took off.
Look at this bunny rabbit eating this celery.
Oh my god.
Look at this guy with no bitches.
Oh.
This has taken us an hour to do. We started this at 10. And it's just past 12.
Jesus, you still haven't even put it in the oven?
For a fucking cooking tutorial.
Fuck you, little spider! I'm going to bed.
I want everybody to meet Burger and Fry.
Look at that cat. Oh. Dude, that was the dog's idea. He's like, hey, yo, get up there, open that door.
Somewhere between 700 billion and $1,300,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000.
Meet
Oh,
One
good.
Track Jack. He's a credit wrecker.
I got
He
saved.
doesn't know that by focusing on one type of credit,
Hi, my name is Becca. Hi, I'm Amy. How are you? Good. How are you?
What is your personal philosophy of rehabilitation?
So, my personal philosophy of rehabilitation.
Oh my god. That's actually Darth Vader. It's actually Darth Vader.
What does it mean when it says launch the train?
That dog was like, stop throwing gang signs in my neighborhood. And he bit him on the pee-pee.
They say you can give your dog an egg, and they know to be gentle with it.
Nah, man. Not
There's
all
no way this will work.
Not
Come
all
on, Bobby. Okay, so I'm gonna give my dog an egg, and
I tried this with my
supposedly-
Jack Russell Terrier years
supposedly
ago.
he knows.
Bro, he
he
destroyed it.
knows how to take care of it.
In a
Let's
split
go.
second. He didn't give a damn. Yep.
Cannot kill a dead man. You have defeated my physical form, but my soul is eternal. You will pay for the massacre of my clan and family.
Aww. Michelle had her baby.
God, I've seen this. I've seen this dude.
Oh, that's cute. What's his name?
It's not cute.
Daniel, look.
It's not cute.
What the fuck?
Beautiful.
He said it was beautiful. You're a bad friend. What if you got a lizard? What if I did that to you?
Why isn't it possible?
it's just not.
Why not?
What the fuck?
That looks like the monsters from War of the Worlds. Who do you think's gonna win? Oh, I think the dog's gonna win. He's like, y'all thought. He sabotaged the girl and then just beat the guy to it.
I don't know. Oh. Oh, my life is miserable. What the fuck?
What are you making?
That was weird.
Ice soup? Oh wow, I never tried that.
One word of helpful advice. Diet and
Sonic.
exercise.
That's 3 words.
Damn.
What?
Sonic just got.
No! So ridiculous! What are you looking at? What are you looking at?
Nothing.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Does that mean it's twins? Twin boys? Oh my god, he tried to smoke it.
Best friend, show him your moves. Yeah, okay, get it, I guess.
We're not gonna...
I feel so attacked right now. I don't know what to do. Somebody please send help. I'm just so attacked. Help! The
Don't be like that lady, okay? Don't be like her, okay, Mama? You understand me?
Somebody get this ham sandwich out of my court.
Bro, that's a tombstone, bro. That's tough.
I got lightheaded. I just got lightheaded.
Your husband sounds like he's got a real hairy chest. Does he have a hairy chest?
He's got a really big beard.
That was almost it for me, guys.
How much
that was almost it.
How much you want just to clip some of them hairs off and send me some in my P.O. box?
I'll do it for free. I'm sure he won't mind.
You skank. Don't be like that girl either. Oh, look, he's doing his laundry. That's actually hilarious. How did you even do that? Oh, good. An ad. What's been your favorite clip so far? Are you even paying attention? No.
TurboTax locations are now open in your neighborhood.
You're just easily
hand off your
entertained
taxes
with
to
the
an
littlest
expert
thing.
today.
I hope you guys don't mind. She's never really sat here for this long. Usually she gets bored 10 minutes ago. And what's up, Mama? Did you miss me or something? I know I hadn't seen you in like 2 weeks, but your hair smells good. Oh, this is hilarious. I would love to be in that traffic jam.
She looked at you like you.
Look at her.
Stop following me. Man, shut your...
That's the lady from The Incredibles.
A singular consciousness that spawned an entire race of machines. We don't know who struck first, us or them.
I don't know why I thought that was so funny.
Are you
It's just
dead?
the music.
Oh my.
Look at the ferret.
Oh my.
Might
Is
be
it dead? What the?
Oh, no, it's alive. It's just playing dead.
Balls without missing.
You lost the try not to laugh. You lost. You were laughing at the monkey.
The ball picking up is going to be my issue. Because Beat Boss goes through full.
Ooh, his face is a
full
hamburger.
freaking
Look at
hamburger
him.
mode and doesn't know how to pick up a ball.
His face is a hamburger.
Pick it up. You gotta go. Oh yeah, I go down and press B. Like I'm not trying to.
Yeah, this is why this is what happens when you play on the Wii, bro. It's like
Dickste Königsanbeterin kommt.
Kill John Lennon! Kill John!
he get you too. Oh my god. Yo, this scene is amazing, by the way. Transformers.
Hey. Cheers.
Cheers. We have to keep the drinking to a minimum tonight.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this! My nerves. Oh my god, my nerves.
That's your Lela right there.
Hey, how we feeling?
I am so hammered.
Dude, she's blasted.
Decrease me there. What?
She is what we call white girl wasted. Oh Lord. Nelly, don't be like her just yet. That's a cool grandma, but pace yourself.
No, leave me alone.
Grandma was drinking like she hadn't been out in decades. Grandson did her a massive favor there.
Put me down. Yes, I stay here in the Kotane, but this is home. Oh.
Dad's not happy. Is that it for you?
Have a good
Oh
night,
no.
everyone.
that it for
because
you?
one of you.
Are you out? Okay. Peace out, Cub Scout. Love you. Bye. Oh, you're still here.
Is going to the slaughterhouse tomorrow.
Moo?
Of course it's not you, Raoul. You're one of the good boys.
Moo? Cowgirl, you lying to the cows again? Tain't right. Of course it's Raoul. Oh! Yeah, you better be worried, Raoul. They're out of the sharp axes. It's gonna take like an hour.
Yes. Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. Nothing. Come on, this is great. This is a busted game.
Dude, what game
So
is
confident.
this?
You got any last words? I do. What are they? I asked for On the Rocks.
Oh
Eve's
no. That did not go the way I thought it was gonna go. Chill out, girl.
Oh boy.
Just a grown man walking his duck. Nothing to see here.
They're called shake weights.
Parodies?
We're
Never.
demonstrating.
Oh my God, I've seen
Allie, is it better to go slow or better to go fast? Just a question.
I think
Yo,
you kind of vary it.
I've got a small white one. Does that make a difference?
No, actually, you know what? I don't actually think it's the size of it. It's actually the technique and how you.
Okay, thank you, Allie.
Yeah. But thank you so much for asking that. I'm
No,
sure a
yeah.
lot of men at home were wondering that as well. Not Chris, because he told me he had the big black one.
The producers knew what they were doing.
Oh my God.
What?
Don't call me the B word. That's offensive.
Oh, you think the B word's offensive? You should hear what I say in the Call of Duty lobbies.
What do you say in the lobbies, Eugene?
Hello, my name is Eugene, and I spend a lot of my time gaming.
Eugene, you need to go outside. Gaming all day is a waste of time.
Actually, it helps with hand-eye coordination. A girl at school today told me I smell like shit. Apparently, showering is the new meta. Hey, kitten, get on bed voice. You're making daddy angry.
I don't even want to.
I don't even want to hang out with you. I hate y'all. You can't pull out your sword, dude. Just throw your shield at him. Oh god. What? Oh! That's the best one so far.
We're a long way from Texas.
There's no way you did that in a library. Yo.
I have the perfect son. Does he drink alcohol? Never. Does he ever come home late? Never.
Does he get a biscuit? Never.
Thomas, what's wrong with you?
Slap him. Slap him.
Do you
with
want
that.
a little taste? Well, here.
What is this? This doesn't look safe. This looks like a sacrifice.
Happy birthday.
Oh, that's the last birthday that kid ever has. I'll tell you that. Oh, buddy, I feel
You almost
for
had
you.
it.
Yeah, you're almost there. I don't think you're gonna get it though. Oh, it's got them T-Rex arms, man. Yo, this guy making cotton candy. I like this guy better.
Why isn't it possible?
It's just not.
Why not, you stupid bastard?
That actually...
Jimmy!
Why not, though? If that red cord is plugged into the wall, this should make sense, correct? It doesn't, though.
Just not.
Why not, you stupid bastard?
Jimmy, you want some crawfish, Jimmy?
Jimmy's asleep or
Jimmy!
dead. Or deaf.
Jimmy!
He's deaf.
Hey, you want some crawfish?
Yeah, he was deaf. That's a toy I wish I had when I was a kid. That's cool as hell. Yo, could you imagine this type of thing in real life? That's nuts.
Some food just doesn't work at work.
That's like some Star Wars type vehicle right there. Oh, dude. Yes. What happens? Yes. Yes. That's what I was hoping would happen. So glad it did. Yeah. That's... Come on, you gotta... No way y'all are actually Flintstoning this shit. No way.
It's the Flintstones. They're the modern Stone Age family. From the town of Bedrock.
Okay, Jared.
It's funny, but at
I've
that
just
point, I'm
received
just walking.
word that in order for you to continue working here, you're gonna have to be vaccinated.
Dude, I'm dyslexic. What do you mean?
Jared, being dyslexic has nothing to do with getting a vaccination, okay? Go down there, get your vaccination, come back up. It will take 5 minutes. Jared, go. Go. Right now.
Fine.
Okay? I'm gonna be watching you the whole time as well, so you better do it right, okay? Go. Bloody hell. This guy, he's such a hassle. That's right. Just go get your vaccination. It'll take 5 minutes. Go get your vaccination. Where
Oh
are you
no,
going?
he went rogue.
Jared!
Kill him. He's gone too far.
Oh no. No, 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 no.
Vaccines.
No, 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 no.
You missed your shot.
What are you doing?
To Oliver,
Oh, good.
eating here.
I've gotten quite a few well-deserved breaks. The best one so far is the judge that called that lady a ham sandwich. That was diabolical. That was just... Wait, what?
Who wants the pickle?
Save 20% on your first order and get fast, free 1 to 2 day shipping. Start saving. You should have found Keisha.
30 seconds or less. What could you do if your student loans were paid off?
Honestly, I'm not sure. Are we doing this right now?
I don't know what the fuck... I don't know what's happening. That's Squidward. He's just faster than usual.
Do I pranks with my friends?
Okay,
Haley,
where's
hey,
your friend? Hey, girly, do you want to come sit here? Because just like talking from over there. Come on. Come on. Just... chill.
Bro, I don't see any friends, bro. Like, if you need a friend, you know, I can be your friend, bro. No stress.
Almost done.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bacon.
Classic.
You think that's funny? This thing is casting spells, man. I feel like... Either that or this thing had 5 gum for the first time.
Turn sideways and disappear. Look at it. Press the
That's hilarious. Low-key kind of taking advantage of these people's kindness, but that's funny. They're just like, what are y'all... What is taking your picture? Oh, Lord. What?
Yeah, it's a good time. Yeah, all right.
I'm so sorry. You knew about the killing.
I get this comment every time I post a video with Mo in it. Is Mo the best? Yes, Mo is the best, but it's not for the reasons you think. It's not because nobody can do any of the tricks he does. Even Jake can do some of the tricks that Mo does. It's that when Mo does it, it looks amazing, and he always lands on his feet. Mo has spent a lot of years teaching other acrobats how to improve their style and consistency, so it's not like he's keeping secrets, they just haven't reached his level yet.
I was wondering how that one was gonna...
Watch another video for more funny memes. Thanks for watching.
That cat at the end was hitting on me. You see it? Y'all saw it? I saw it. Oh, dude. This one was good. I feel like I got saved a couple times because of the ads. Which... Yeah, I'm kind of thankful for some of those, because, man, there was some shit in here, dude, that... It would have it was close to sending me over the edge. Moose, welcome back. Girl, you're just on one right now, huh? Oh, okay. All right, guys, gals, Moose, welcome back, but I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta deal with this one, man. I gotta eat. Tomorrow we're gonna be live on Twitch, so if y'all wanted to, if y'all have any music requests or y'all want me to check out anything music related, that's what we're doing tomorrow. All right, and then the next day we'll be back here on YouTube, so put your request in accordingly. All right. Thank you so much for the follows lately, subs, resubs, memberships, all that stuff. Love y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Have a good evening. And if y'all need anything, y'all can hit me up in the Discord. Y'all can post whatever in the Discord. And yeah, I'll see y'all.